Good morning. Okay, so third time has to be a charm because last week the recording didn't work. And then I came home from Mexico and did another recording and it also didn't work. Hi, Ashley. And so I'm like, this time certainly is going to work. And I just got back from working out. So here we are. It's kind of dark. It's because I'm by a really bright window. And I've got to face the right way and then it'll be bright. Anyway, I am so excited that this is BOGO week. This is a great time to work on your business. Just because people get excited. I mean, Grace was just telling me that, Grace, you've brought in like over $600 just in 2 days through BOGOs, right?
Yep.
So tell me, share some of your tips for what you've been doing with BOGOs, and then I'll share some of mine as well.
So I have a very large personal inventory of unopened products. So if somebody buys a daily BOGO, just like what the day is, I throw in a third oil from my inventory so that they get 3 for 1. If they buy the BOGO box, I have been reimbursing them 10% through like dollars, Venmo, or whatever they have. I give them 10% back.
Oh, awesome. That is awesome. So one thing, okay, so this BOGO box concept is new. They've only done this I guess they've been doing it for a year, but it's a newer concept. So in the past, some of the things that I would do is, first of all, I like to explain to people what BOGOs are. So if you're ever trying to grow your business on social media, one thing I like to do is just explain, 3 times a year, doTERRA does an incredible sell. It's their most popular sells. Like the 3 best weeks all year are these BOGO weeks. And basically you can try 2 doTERRA oils for the price of 1 each day. Sorry, I have a hair in my mouth. This is driving me crazy. So each day you can try 2 for the price of 1. So I get them, in this group, I just explain to people that what BOGOs are and why they're awesome. And I don't necessarily require them to get their own account. Like I even have people who they don't want to get their own account because there are some people that no matter what you do, they're never going to get their own account. So I'm like, fine, you can go ahead and order through me. Hey, I am on a meeting. Do you want to say hi to my friends and then be really quiet? Say hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm on a meeting. And then the dog's like, I want to say hi. So here's the dog.
Okay. And you can't say hi. You don't have pants on.
I know. This is my life, right? So anyway, I just like to explain to them what the BOGOs are. And I like to educate them on what everything does. Now, this has been a really great way. Go to your room and start cleaning. Okay. This has been a really great way for me. I've enrolled people through BOGOs before because what happens is I think they see the value of, oh my gosh, if I buy, and like yesterday's is a really good one for a new person because you get to breathe and get a free eucalyptus. Some of the other ones this week, I can't remember the exact lineup of them, meaning I can't remember exactly what's paired with what, but I think one day you get like a spearmint and then you get like a free tangerine and a free lemon. That's a good one for somebody who maybe doesn't have a doTERRA account. But basically what I like for them to have a chance to try oils and because it gets them using them. And if they use them, they fall in love with them. And then sometimes they'll get their own account. Sometimes they never will. And that's okay. I just appreciate the volume. Good shaking. I just appreciate the volume on a week where I'm trying to ramp up my sales. So, if you ever have a BOGO, I can do a BOGO group, like specifically for BOGOs. You can advertise, hey, doTERRA is having the biggest sell of the year. If you're interested in stocking up or even just learning more about how to use these oils, go ahead and join this group. And you could even do something where it's like, there'll be daily prizes and the prize could be order today's BOGO and be entered into a drawing for a prize. So I really like to do that is just get people into a group and then educate them every single day on what each oil does. So that way, because like today's blue tansy and people might be wondering what in the world blue tansy does. Blue tansy is phenomenal for your skin. It's really good for like scarring, blemishes, like sunspots. So it's a really good thing just to add to like if you have a lotion that you put on at night, add it to your lotion and it's going to be a really good thing for that. So I like to just educate people on what the BOGOs do and then incentivize them to get them like what Grace does. She throws in a free oil. Sometimes I'll say anybody who orders today gets gets into my free drawing. Or like with the BOGO box, anyone who wants to enroll with the BOGO box, I'll throw in a free diffuser, something like that. So just kind of incentivize. I think the biggest thing is getting the word out there that BOGOs are happening, what they are, and then announcing what the oils do each day. And then if I'm letting people order just through me, I just tell them that I need their order by midnight, and then I get the order in on my account. Or an account, like if I have access to someone else's account and their permission to use it, I'll use that account too. Like for my dad doesn't really care for BOGOs too much. My dad doesn't have good taste apparently. So I'll use his account and throw some BOGOs on if I need to. So anyway, that's just some tips and tricks with BOGOs. And now I'm going to talk about businesses and tools for starting, or tools and resources for starting your business. This is the third time I have tried to do this. So I'm excited that I'm on here. You can see me, you can hear me. And I've got a dog who thinks she needs to shake my hand. She keeps doing shake. Say hi, Ruby. Say hi. Say hello. It's kind of driving me nuts. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. And the first thing I want to preface is that, you know, my husband and I both started businesses around the same time. He started a software company that does menu planning for assisted living facilities, and I started doTERRA. And I know that, you know, it's kind of funny because when I started the business, a lot of people were kind of like, oh, good for you. You know, like they kind of roll their eyes because, you know, I don't think sometimes, you know, I think you just know so many people that do network marketing and, you know, really don't put in the necessary time or effort. So they don't make much money with it. And so it's just kind of a hobby. And, you know, and I think that that's what most people associate when they hear network marketing. So, you know, I have all these people that are telling my husband, oh my gosh, you're amazing. I'm so excited for your company. And then for me, it was like the, you know, gratuitous, like, oh yeah, I'm so excited. Congrats, you know, and he's over there investing hundreds of thousands of dollars into computer programmers or software programmers. And he's putting money into, like, I remember he would get up at 3 a.m. and meet with this lady from India. Her name was Binti. But that's what my husband did. He, you know, he was starting this software company, right? And I'm starting doTERRA. And I started for $150 because that's the amount that my enrollment kit was. And, you know, I think a lot of times because we don't put in tons of time and effort, or not tons of money up front into the business, sometimes we don't take it as seriously because it's like, oh, well, I don't need to take this as seriously because I didn't put as much money into it. And I think sometimes we tend to not treat it like a real business. So I am always really big on treat this like a business. If you want results from it, if you're just doing this as a hobby, you know, that's great. But if you're wanting to be serious with this, treat it like a business. And the whole reason that I bring up this point is that I'm going to show you some of my favorite tools and resources. And I'm also going to show you how cost effective it is to get started. And, you know, my husband, you know, 11 years down the road, you know, my take home pay is 5 times what his is. 5 times. And I mean, I almost made $1 million last year, and he does really great too. Now his business, he reinvests a lot, but it's like, I look at what I invested and what he invested, and this has been such a phenomenal business opportunity. And when I first started this, I didn't have a lot of money. We were making $1,700 a month. And for me, going in and investing a ton into my business just wasn't an option. I knew I was going to be ordering the oils every month and doing my 100 because, you know, I use the products like crazy. But for me to put in a whole bunch more money on top of that, like I couldn't do it because I didn't have it. And it did take, you know, with doTERRA, it does take a year or two before you're like, wow, I'm so glad I put time into this. And then, you know, I remember driving to Boise, Idaho from Idaho Falls, about a 4-hour drive. And I remember like crying. And I'm like, I'm making $1 an hour. I'm driving this old beat up Hyundai Elantra. And I'm just, you know, like, this is, I'm not making any money. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is so stupid. I'm never going to get anywhere. But I kept going with it. And now I think, I feel so blessed. You know, my husband's in the hospital with his accident that he had 5 years ago. We're in the ICU, and I'm like, I'm actually getting paid right now, like a lot of money per hour. And I'm not working on my business today. Or when I was in the hospital when I had my pregnancy, that just didn't go well. I was like, I am getting paid right now. And I actually make more than all these doctors and nurses. And I just felt so blessed that I put time and effort in. So, okay, I'm going to show you some of my tools and resources. So, you know, the very first thing that you're going to want to do is, I am really big on sampling people. I really like people to have a chance to try doTERRA. You know, when I first started 11 years ago, people hadn't really tried oils. And it was introducing them more to the concept of oils in general. And now I think a lot of people have tried essential oils. And so I want to show them the quality of doTERRA. So you want to get, and so this is one of my favorite one of my favorite resources for buying sample bottles. And then I always like to hand out some sort of like informational brochure or pamphlet with people when I give them their oils, and I'll explain why. So you can order sample vials through doTERRA, which is newer. You haven't always been able to do that. So I think you can buy them in packs of 12, but I am really big on like getting the best bang for your buck. So if Aroma Tools is a really good resource for tools and products that you can use with your oils. So whether you want to get like a new container that holds your oils, you want to get samples, you want to get spray bottles, you want to get, I mean, they have like,
I love Aroma Tools. I just ordered off of there. Yeah, I've done a couple orders off of there. I get like all my booklets, like the modern essentials little booklets, and all my marketing stuff I get on there.
Yeah, so you can get roller samples, spray bottles. You know, if you ever do like a make and take or whatever, Aroma Tools is a really great website to get your stuff. So containers, they're going to have samples. First of all, I only do 1/4 dram bottles. So you'll see on here that there are different sizes. So like there's 5/8 dram. That's great for, like, I like that size for me personally, because it can hold like 30 to 40 drops of oils. I'm icing my legs. So I have my computer on top of my legs. So if you hear something crinkling, I'm not wearing a diaper. I took it off this morning already. I'm kidding. I have my bags of ice. So anyway, I'm really big on these. So like if you ever have like the little keychain that holds your oils, I like the 5/8 dram for me because I can fit more in. But for samples, I'm really big on this 1/4 dram right here, because you can put like 15 to 20 drops in. And the other tip I'm going to give you right now is give out samples that are cost effective, like wild orange or peppermint or lavender or citrus bliss, breathe, balance, you know, anything that's less than like $20 a bottle. Just because I have found that sometimes people, you know, they get really excited. Oh yeah, I want to try the oil. And I've given out samples of helichrysum and frankincense and they never use it. And I'm like, can I have that sample back? So I like to give a sample away that cost me $1 to make. And if they don't use it, I'm always bummed, but it's okay. So my biggest piece of advice is to buy it in bulk. So you'll notice right here, you can get a pack of 144 sample vials for $33. So that's going to be more cost effective than buying little packs of 12. And so for me, I'll get that. And that's what I hand out all my samples in. So I really like the little box of 144. So I'm going to show you like the tools and resources that you would need to get your business going for like $100. I hate when people tell me, like I had a lady, she actually got mad at me and she's like, I put $2,000 into the business. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you don't need to do everybody's training program and hire a coach. And like those things, like they may help, but I'm going to show you the basics that are actually going to grow your business. So like, I want to show you how to be super cost effective. So I really like this box of 144 1/4 dram bottles. That's what I like to get. If you ever want to make like little rollers to let people try the rollers, don't get the purple ones because apparently whoever bought them hated them. But you can get little sample size of, they have like cute little roller bottles. So you could get these as well. But the point is you want to share oils with people. You want to have a size that's affordable for you and allows you to just give them a chance to do that. Now you're going to notice they have like every little thing you can possibly think of, like things that are going to put your sample vial together and like all these different things. Those are great. But if you're building on a budget, don't worry about those things for right now. I would rather have you spend money on things that are going to grow your business than little tools that are more convenient. That's just my 2 cents. Because when I first started, I didn't even have a choice. I'm like, I can't put money in because I don't have it. Now, whenever I hand out a sample, I really like to give them some sort, like Grace had mentioned, a little booklet. Whenever you enroll through me, as you know, I send you a Modern Essentials book. I buy those on here. Okay, I'm just going to click on this. So whenever I hand out a sample, I love to give out some sort of information that they can read with it. Like, and my favorite thing, the most cost-effective thing is going to be this Modern Essentials reference card right here. So basically what it's going to have is a list of very basic ailments that people deal with, like whether it's asthma or allergies or a cough or a headache or a fever, you know, just basic things and it's going to tell you what oils to use. So the reason I like to give this out with people is give this out to people, not with them, is because they get a chance to see, oh, I didn't think of that. This could help with my headaches. Or, oh, I could clean with my oils. That's really great. Or, oh, I have really sore muscles all the time. Just breaking up this ice chunk real quick in my ice bag. I really want to use, I'd love to try that. So I love to get them something they can just look through. The most cost effective is going to be this Modern Essentials card. They're 25 cents each. Another option, if you want to give them something a little bit more, is this and this is like, if you're just inviting people to an event, this Modern Essentials card is great. If you're trying to visit, like drop into like a chiropractor or a daycare or a gym or a salon or something, because you want to work with them, this Modern Essentials book might work too. This little Simple Solutions booklet. They're $1 a piece. Now, one thing about Aroma Tools is they do something where the more you buy, the less expensive they are. So if you guys ever are like, hey, I would like to get some of those booklets, let me know, because I may be like, sure, I'll buy them, and then you can just go in on it with me. Like I'll send you 3 packs or whatever, so that it's $6. So they're 60 cents each per booklet instead of $1 per booklet. So this is going to just be like a little brochure or a little booklet that's going to have a little more information in it. But I love to hand these out to people, because then they start getting their wheels spinning, so that when we have that sales conversation, they've had a chance to either look through something, or they have like a reference point and they're like, hey, tell me more about that. So I love to hand this out to people. So this is where I like to get that resource. So the next thing is I do think we're getting more to a place where things are going to open up more, and we can probably have more in-person events. I love to use, when I first started the business with doTERRA 11 years ago, they didn't have all the resources that we have now. In fact, we hardly had anything. We had a Modern Essentials book, and that was pretty much it. And when I would go to a class, I would actually bring my laptop with me and pray that they had a TV I could hook my laptop into, and I would do a PowerPoint presentation. Well, I remember one time this lady was like, oh, we're doing it in the backyard. And I'm like, ooh. So I'm holding my computer, like walking around like Vanna White, showing everybody the screen as I'm going along. Well, now doTERRA has made this much easier, and they have little informational handouts that you can use. So I'm going to show you, just log into your doTERRA account, and I'm going to show you the brochure that I use when I teach a class, because I'm going to show you how to make what I like to call a class in a bag. And this is literally all you need to grow your business, like all you need for right now. Like it will get you to diamond. Like this is all you would need. So spend $100. I mean, obviously you're going to have to replenish like your sample bottles and stuff, but I'm showing you how to do this, and in a very effective way that's very cost effective. This is what I did to even hit the rank of Blue Diamond. Once I hit Blue Diamond, I started hiring like assistants and, doing incentives. So obviously I've invested more, but I was making an income to justify that. Come on, internet, you're supposed to work well. Let's try to log into my account again. Apparently it doesn't like me today. So I'm going to show you the tools and resources that doTERRA has. Maybe it doesn't, just re-enter my password. During BOGO week, the back office can be slower because there's just more going on. Okay, so if you click on this resource tab right here, you're going to see Empowered Success Business Training, right? So whenever I teach a class, I really like to bring this Natural Solutions, what we call tear pad. It's a little brochure, and I think it's like 5 or 6 pages. You can download it. So if you're doing an online class, you can obviously just download it. That's free, right? But if you're doing in-person classes, which I recommend you can do, even if it's just 2 people or just 1 person, right? I found myself like purchasing these tear pads over and over and over. And they used to be called tear pads because it used to be where you like tore it off like you would like the legal pad, So you used to call them tear pads. And now it's like a brochure that has all the information in it. It's going to have your sign-up sheet on the back. It's going to have a price list. It's going to have the kits. So this is a really cool brochure. And, doTERRA has made it affordable, right? You can get a 10-pack Well, it's not working on at the very moment, but you can get, the point is you can get a 10 pack, and I don't remember exactly how much it is. They do keep it super affordable. I mean, it's like 75 cents a brochure or something, but I don't want you to have to order these over and over and over and over and over. So one thing that I like to do is I actually take it apart just carefully, my ice bags are leaking. I like to take it apart carefully, and then I put each page in a sheet protector. And then I get one of those little folders that has the little clasps, right? The 3 clasps. And I just assemble a folder so people can flip through this natural solutions handout, and I can use it over and over again. I think I brought this to your class last year, right, Grace?
I can't remember. No, I think that you did, but I had already purchased the actual.
Oh, you already had them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I usually have a backpack that has like 10 folders. And that way people can just, like, as we're going through the class, they can just look through it, and then I'm done in the end, I'm done. Like, they can fill out the little handout that shows them how to sign up, because those are really easy to print off. But I just taught so many classes where at the end I would like see all the handouts on the couch, and I'm like crumpled up, and you're like, I have to print more of those. So for me, I was like, I want to reuse this over and over again. Because it just saves money, which is really nice. So I literally, and I will post a picture with the recording of what my class looked like. So I literally took this apart, put it in sheet protectors, put it in put it in the little binder thing or the little folder thing. And I reused it over and over, and it works so great. I also would take with me, I'd always have a diffuser. Like, I'd buy like a $20 diffuser or something, I'm going to show you another resource that I like, but
now, would you have a folder per person at the class, or would you just bring one that they all shared and looked through?
No, I would bring like 10.
Okay. But then they give them back to you at the end.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So that way I could reuse it again and again and again and again. So it was very cost effective. So because the brochures, I mean, sure, even if it's $10, but if you do 4 classes a month, and if you don't, I mean, it's okay, but this is just an example, that's $40 a month. Like, let's make it so that you're going to get a really good bang for your buck with this. And even if I did a one-on-one, I would just go through the folder with them. And if people really wanted to take it with them, I usually have like a spare one that wasn't in a folder. Hey, stay in here. I don't trust you. My dog. I don't trust my kids either, but I really don't trust you. That's right. You lay down. So that way, like, if they really want to take it, they can have it, or I'll send them a link, like, because you'll notice you can download it now, and I'll share my screen and we'll go through the handout together. So I'll show you real quick what's in it. So the first page just goes through what are oils, right? Like, well, the modern approach. Like, I love modern medicine, but I absolutely love natural approach if it works. What an oil is, the quality, how to use them. It has several products that doTERRA has, and then so during my class, I always like to say, hey, like, what do you want to feel less of and what do you want to feel more of? I want to feel less achy. I want to feel less old. I want to have more energy or whatever. And we show how the products would help with that, right? And it just shows how these different oils can help. And then, okay. And then there is a page that shows you, this is the class thing, but then there's a page that shows the kits. So they can purchase a kit and a price list, and then the form they fill out to enroll. Usually I just have them enroll online. So we do that. But anyway, so this is what I have laminated. Now, here's the other cool thing. doTERRA has a guide or a resource for every step of the business. The first one would be, a class, right? You're going through a class with people. Sorry, my computer is running slow. So first of all, they have podcasts, right? Like, this is a really good way. These are great ways to become more trained on the businesses. The trainings they have like podcasts. So these are good supplemental trainings for sure. So once people sign up, I do like to give them a lifestyle overview. So basically show them how to use their products. I really want them to understand how to use them, what they're good for. I actually mail one of these to everybody. Again, I invest a little bit more just because of where I'm at in the business. I make more, so I do invest a little bit more. a lot of it more, but these lifestyle overviews are great. And then if you ever have somebody who's like, hey, I really want to do a class, you could give them this share guide right here. And this is going to walk them through how to prepare for the class. And then if someone's like, hey, I really want to learn more about that business, this build guide is good to go through. So my point is doTERRA has a bunch of really cool tools and resources that can help train you on the business and help people be prepared to host a class for you or even teach them more about building. So I love, and these resources are free. And the nice thing is, I feel like most people do things online now. You just simply share a link, and that's free for you and easy for them, and they have it wherever. So another thing I really want to show you that's cool that doTERRA has is it's this business, the BBG, the Business Building Guide. And I don't know if you've seen this, Grace, but this is something new that they're launching. But it literally walks you through the first steps of building your business. So preparing to launch your business, setting goals and making a names list, showing you the tools to hit your rank, showing you how to invite. So we're going through the steps that we've talked about, how to invite, how to present, learning what to say at a class or one-on-one, how to enroll successfully, how to support your new customers. So these are things that I'm training on as well, but this is another really good resource that I would look into, not only for yourself, but as you bring on people, if they're interested, this is super duplicable. Like you can give people this business building guide just as you can look at it. And again, you can buy one or you can download it and you can just look through it right now, or you could even send the link to people. So a business building guide, and it's a really cool resource and it's free, right? Like there are so many trainings out there and systems that people have, and a lot of them cost money. And over the years, I have found that sometimes, yes, it helps to put some money into it because you have skin in the game. But if you're willing to do that anyway, you can do it for free just as effectively. So, and Grace, I would recommend just doing this, like starting from the beginning with this too, because sometimes you've overlooked someone or you might learn something new. But this is a really great, and I don't know if you've seen this yet, but this is a really cool.
I didn't even know that you could download them. I just bought one, and then and then one came in the swag box for leadership. Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
So this is a really cool resource that just talks about how to start your business. And I have a training that goes along with it. But this is it's just another really great, I love the guides that doTERRA has. Like they've put so much time and effort into this, which is great. So anyway, these are honestly my favorite tools and resources for building. Is I utilize Aroma Tools to get the samples. I literally have my class in a backpack where I have 10 folders, a diffuser, and then I have the oils that I use to teach a class. And I can literally go, like if someone, like, I remember I've had friends say, oh my gosh, I'm sick. Can you teach my class for me tonight? And I'm like, sure. And I just grab my bag and I go out the door. And I can reuse that bag over and over and over. And it works so great. So, and of course, there's always going to be things that you're doing like incentives, but that's when I'm using my points or my free oil that I get that month. You know, I use those things just to keep it cost effective. So you don't need to invest, thousands of dollars to build your business. You can, really what's going to make the difference is you and using the resources that are there for you. So do you guys have any questions, comments, thoughts?
No, I mean, I don't think so.
Perfect. So next week I'm in town. So I actually am in town for a little while. This is exciting. So it'll just be me in my house with internet that works. So this is great. I had a few people that were like, I couldn't make it on today, but we always have the recording. But hopefully this has been helpful. It's always fun to just chat.
Yes.
See your faces, say hi. You can see what workout outfit I'm wearing that day. Although right now, actually I'll stop recording this. I run